Hello, everybody. This is Fernando for the Godzilla Podcast. I was just thinking about this today, and I realized that with regards to, of course, this Godzilla 2014 film, we've all been aware of, who the writers are, all multiple writers in this case, and then, of course, who the director is, even who the producers are, in some cases, new ones and others that have been removed, and the actors, who all the actors are, even down to the point where we know who the cinematographer is for this movie. But one thing that nobody has really talked about yet is who's going to be the composer, who's going to actually score the movie itself. I know these kind of decisions usually come late in the production. Generally, if, let's say, a movie took a year to make, it would come down to probably the last 2 quarters or so that something would be released in terms of who's going to compose, because naturally when you have somebody composing music, there has to actually be scenes to exist. But I thought I would make this video as another fun one, and to have everybody decide, who should you think should compose the film? Who's your favorite composer for a project like this? And I'll throw some of my own names out there. Number one, and I know this might seem a little corny, but I think that the best person for something like this is actually someone who's quite familiar with scoring summer blockbusters, and that is, especially on the sci-fi realm, and that is Danny Elfman. Somebody who has done so many of the superhero films out there, and also so many of the sci-fi films out there. He is somebody that can incorporate some powerful music, even new theme songs if needed, throughout the film, and have them be very recognizable. And he even does all those little soft tracks, kind of like the background type stuff, that are still memorable. In fact, one of my favorite scores of his still remains the Hulk movie that was released early in the 2000 years, and his score there is one of the best ones that I've heard in a long time. He would be absolutely perfect for something like this, because he can create, if they decide, a stupid decision, but if they decide not to use the existing Godzilla theme, the one that we all know and love, then maybe he'll create something new, just like he did for Batman, just like he did for Spider-Man, just like he did for Men in Black, and so on and so forth. So he would be my number one choice on something like this. He's got the experience, he knows how to handle movies like these, and he does not produce bad results. So he would have been number one choice. Second choice is another big guy that's out there, and that is Hans Zimmer. He's of course famous for he's on a roll right now, especially with the Dark Knight and the Superman films. The only problem that I have with Hans Zimmer is that he doesn't really have, I don't know if it's because he just doesn't want to, or if it's because he's limited like this, but he doesn't really create that memorable theme, the one that resonates with audiences after they leave the movie. In his case, he creates a lot of the soft background running type music, the kind that plays just as filler music in the background. Still very good stuff, because it certainly matches the scenes in most cases, but he just doesn't have that theme that he has the ability to do. Try to name anything else. Try to, for example, run the theme or state the theme for, let's say, The Dark Knight, and you wouldn't know what that is. It would be difficult. It's very melancholy, I guess you could call it, where it's not very tangible. But if he's proven himself, if anything, it's with the newest Superman, the Man of Steel soundtrack. He absolutely created a wonderful new theme for the Man of Steel. So I think he would be up for the task on this too. So, anyways, those are my 2 choices. Who do you think should score the film with regards to the Godzilla 2014 movie? List your comments below. State your reasons why. Share them with everybody. And as always, any news as soon as it comes about on who the actual person is that's going to score the movie, you'll hear it here first. Thank you so much, everybody. Take care.